How do you pass values from data cards from one form to another? Now it could be that you have two forms and the fields are very similar on both forms, but you don't want the user to have to type the information out a second time. So what you're trying to do is pass the values from the data cards on one form to the data cards on another form so that the person doesn't have to key it in a second time. So in this example, it's a very simple example. I'm just going to enter some details on this form. So what I'm going to do is now I've entered the data here. I've just got first name, last name, date of birth, email, and the gender. So I'm going to save this now. So I click on save. The message comes up, record saved. But now I want to transfer what I've entered here on this form in these cards to another screen. So if I click on this button here, it's going to take me to a screen called Teachers. And as you can see, the data's gone right across into these cards. Now, the data source behind the two forms are completely different. So in the first form, the staff form, if I come into design mode, I click on the form, we can see that the data source for this form is a table called people. And these are Dataverse tables. So if I come to the second form, which is called Teachers, the data source for that is called Teachers. So basically I'm sending the values to forms that have completely different data sources attached to them. So how did I do this? Well, there's nothing actually going on in the first form. Basically all I'm doing here when I click the save button is doing a submit form, and that's it. And then the Teachers button just navigates on the select function. It just navigates straight to another form. That's all it's doing, navigating to the Teachers form. So when we actually get onto the Teachers form, in each of these cards on the form, if I click on the control within the card, in the default property, I've got this. So staff form is the name of the form from the first screen. And then I'm using the last submit property because it's the last record submitted, and I'm picking up the value that was submitted. So here I'm picking up first name. I've spelled it slightly wrong here. I've actually put first name, but it is actually first name. And I'm doing the same thing in all these other controls. So in this one, it's got staff form, last submit, last name. The same with date of birth and email and the gender. If we go back to the other form, this is the one where I enter the data, you can see that the form name is called staff form. So again, in the control, on the second form we have that name of the form, last submit, and then the value. And if I look in my Dataverse table, I can see at the bottom here the record has been saved. So that's how you pass data card values from one form to another. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click the button to like it, or why not subscribe to my channel? Or you can even download my free Powerapps for Newbies book at www.powerappsfornewbies.com.